Southern Illinois, 2015. The season's just right around the corner. Pre-season, we put in efforts to provide food for the deer. You got the food, you're gonna have deer, bottom line. Right to get the season started off, on October 1st, Seth and I hit the tree. He got the season started off right. He killed a really nice deer that day and a doe. So we've got meat in the freezer.
First shooting a doe, and not even 5 minutes later, shooting a buck, and he's definitely the biggest buck I've ever shot with my bow.
October 16th, we're sitting on a green food plot, turnips and radishes. The deer are pounding it. We've got trail cam pictures of deer in this plot every evening. We're just waiting for the right deer to be there. Tonight we've decided we're gonna go in there and try and kill a doe.
It's October 16th. It's about 4 o'clock right now. We're hunting over a Rail World food plot. We've had does and some decent bucks on this food plot every night. We're gonna hang loose for a couple weeks and then we'll start hitting it hard here at the end of October. Let these does feel safe here, and I'll bring the bucks in whenever they come in heat. Stick with us. We'll hopefully bring you some footage of some deer tonight.
Unfortunately, these does, they hit our trail that we walked down, and she turned around and started to go back the other way. After these deer had smelled where we walked in, they started to back out in the corner of the food plot where they come in at.
This one right here.
They were able to present me with another shot.
Go on her.
So I let an arrow fly.
Right there. Well, that didn't go quite as planned, but we got a doe on the ground.
For whatever reason, I forgot to do a recovery on this doe, but we still got meat in the freezer. October 18th, Seth and I are back in the tree. We got a cold front coming through. Anytime in October, whenever a cold front's coming through, you need to be in the tree. We had a few does come through this evening. Right, last shooting light, we have this nice 10-pointer come in.
That may be a shooter, dude. You got camera light?
We're contemplating on whether or not we have enough shooting light.
That is a shooter. You got camera light?
We got low light. You can't see him in this thicket.
Seth, do you have light? You have camera light?
He's a nice 10-pointer, older deer, and one that we was really hoping to get our hands on.
I ain't gonna get a shot.
Light was fading fast, and we just opted to let the deer walk.
I don't know what that deer was, but he was pretty nice. Seth called me off in no camera light. I was gonna shoot him. I had him right here. Oh, I'm worked up. But that's part of filming. There'll be another day.
Last shooting light had a good buck come in. We're gonna look at the footage on the computer and decipher what he is for sure. But we could tell that he was a shooter. Didn't have enough camera light, so couldn't get the job done. After that, had does come running back in, so it's pitch black outside now, and just now getting back to the house. It's exciting. Middle October, it don't get any better than that. Never seen him again the rest of the year. We had this deer show up. He's a 10-pointer. He's a nice 3.5-year-old deer. We've named him Junior, and on October 26th, he shows up. That's the first time we get to see him on the hoof.
It's morning, October 26th. It just got daylight. Had a little bitty buck come through just now. It's just a good travel corridor.
First time I seen this deer, and I did not recognize him. So I've got my sights on killing this deer. He's coming in just like the buck I killed the year before. He's following this trail. He gets right there to almost the same exact spot where I shot my buck the year before. I go to draw back.
Do you think he's a shooter? Do I? Sure. He's almost in it.
And my arrow comes unnocked.
Well, he's gonna walk another day. Damn it.
My arrow coming off, knocked off that string was really a blessing that morning. I really did not want to kill that deer. I would have took pride in it if I did kill him, but he was a deer that we think he has potential. We wanted him to get another year older. Really weird how it played out, but thankfully it went the way it did.
Well, we just had a good one come in. I went to draw on him, and my arrow come and knocked from my string. I don't know how that happened, but I've had problems with these knocks since I got them, and I don't know. Anyways, he's gonna live another day.
It's October 29th, and we've got a west wind. We don't really have any good stands for a west wind. We need east wind, but it works out good for the only stand we have on this food plot. So we go into this food plot knowing that these deer are going to go there because trail cameras are showing us that there's deer in this field or in this food plot every night. Does, bucks, we got a buck named Curly showing up there nearly every evening in the daylight. So we're going to this food plot stand with high intentions.
It's October 29th. About 4 o'clock. We just got in the stand, got set up. We're hunting over our real world food plot tonight. It's plot topper. We've been having does and bucks in it pretty well every day. We've got a camera on it, so we've been getting lots of pictures. It ain't really the ideal wind to hunt here, but it's not ideal for any of our other stands as well. So the way the deer have been coming, it will be fine. But if any deer bypass the food plot, they may bust us. So anyways, we're gonna sit here and see what happens. With any luck at all, maybe the big one will show up. But if not, November's just around the corner.
First deer we see is a little buck. He's getting a drink out of the creek. He's up early. Sun's still up. We got high hopes for this evening. Seeing deer early whenever it's warm like that, that's a good sign. I had shot a doe in this stand a couple weeks prior. That doe had busted us where we walked in. She had smelled where we walked across the middle of the food plot. So on our entrance to the stand that night, we walked on the south side. We don't have the deer come into the food plot from the south, so that's why we walked the south side. Had a small buck come in. He walked across to the middle of that food plot, had no idea we were there. So we did the right thing.
It's been a pretty exciting night. We've seen deer from about 4:45 on. Actually, we got a little buck right here, 15 yards eating the turnips. Yeah, I'm just tearing up this food plot. But it's getting pretty close to dark. I don't know if anything else will come out, but if not, we're planning on being back in the stand here in a couple days. We got vacation coming up, so we'll be hitting it every day then.
The trail cameras are telling us they're doing our inventory of the herd for us. We are deciding upon pictures that we get of what deer that we're gonna pursue. And in this episode specifically, Curly, if it wasn't for that trail camera, we would have never known that deer was coming to that food plot nearly every night. So it played out well for us. Sun's going down fast, losing light, right before dark. Seth spots a buck over on this hill. I asked him if he knew which buck it was. He tells me it's Curly, and he's heading our way.
Curly for sure. Should I kill him?
We see a buck over here on this hill, and sure, it's Curly. Curly's walking in. I'm getting ready. We got the GoPro rolling.
Okay, he's walking.
He comes down to the creek, crosses, and just does it perfect.
Is it Curly for sure? God. I'm gonna kill him. You on him? Son of a gun, I shot high again.
So I immediately grab another arrow, nock it, and I put a follow-up shot in them to finish them off. We want to make this as quickly as possible. You don't want that deer to suffer.
That was pretty exciting. Right at last dark, just had this deer come in, called Curly. I wasn't gonna kill him, but he got right here. He looked pretty nice. No, he's down. Team Ryman said does it again. That's 2, October 29th. We're out of the tree now. As you've seen, I hit him high, so he's down just right here. We'll walk up here and see what he is. Boy, he's a big old body thing. Oh, look at that mass. That's a pretty nice deer. He's a little better than what I thought. We've had a lot of pictures of him on this food plot here. We've had some videos on another scrape of him with him on it. He had another real nice brow tine here, and he broke it off here in the past week or so. But we've been calling him Curly, but that's a dandy. And it happened over our real world food plot. Even better. They are just tearing up them turnips this year. If you don't have any in the ground, you need to get them in the ground. They are awesome.
The trail cameras for us have played a very big role in our season this year, and without them, we probably would not have had the success that we had.
So what are the lessons we learned from this week's episode? MRI, most recent information. You hear it a lot, but man, you can use it to your advantage, and that's exactly what Ryan Sellers did. He caught Curly on food plots, in those plot topper food plots, on trail camera, and was able to develop a game plan and get him shot because of MRI. Use MRI to your advantage, and you'll probably be more successful with big whitetails.